He was also aided there. He only got 3 strikeouts, but he was aided by 4 ground ball double plays. Let's take a look at StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, and we'll see what Sanchez is featuring here in 2025. Sinker, changeup, knuckle curve. You're going to see a lot of the sinker going, and then his primary out for both lefties and righties is that changeup.
So Sanchez ready to go. Matos' first pitch of the game hits a foul, a fastball down the right field line, out of play. So we are underway on really a beautiful afternoon. Still brisk, but nice day for a game before the Giants head to Anaheim. Matos takes that one at the knees, a changeup, and it's quickly 0-2. Shadows might already be a little bit of an issue. Mostly you see this against Matos. Defense for the Phillies is straight up. Matos is a guy who'll spray the ball all around the park. Takes that one down low. There's that changeup.
When he's ahead in the count, it's almost 40% changeups. You're going to see a lot of those. When he throws a fastball, it can get up on you. 95, 96, top rail. He tries to go up with it.
Matos stays alive. That was a fastball just off the plate at 97.
He's got a big arm, good lanky frame.
He's been their win guy, huh?
He's been their guy. There's no doubt. Going into last year, they find a way to win during his starts, but all good things must come to an end.
He won 10 straight of his starts going back to last year. Another changeup and another take. It's 2-2. Phillies bullpen has been taxed in this series. It would be if the Giants could make him work. That could be a factor today. Matos foul that one back.
98.
Is that the pitch you're talking about? Just trying to go up top with the fastball?
He goes up top, yeah, and a lot of movement with all his pitches. So you just really got to stay disciplined. This is the kind of guy you really got to use a big part of the field.
Matos, another foul.
But the Giants must be loving this. This is the best day of weather they've had this entire road trip. So
no kidding. It's been a miserable week of weather.
Sunny and dry. Fantastic before they go to Anaheim.
He got him. Went back with that changeup. Long at bat, but it ends in a strikeout.
Let's take a look at the Phillies defense, brought to you by Walk-Up Personal Injury Law. Starting in the outfield from left to right will be Kepler, Rojas, and Castellanos. Left side of the infield will be Bohm and Turner. Right side, Stott and Harper. And JT Realmuto will be doing the catching.
So here's Willy Adames, the DH today for the Giants. So the first time we've seen Adames not out at shortstop. Ooh. Phil Cuzzy, he does have a tendency to have a big strike zone. That was a very generous pitcher strike. That was down and away. One and one. So Cuzzy calling balls and strikes. Randazzo, Vondrak, and the crew chief Dan Bellino. Rest of the group here. They've been here all week. You've seen some positives from Willy Adames here these last few games. He hit his first home run already in this series.
Yeah, he's a bat. You know, you're still kind of waiting him to hit his stride, but he is playing a little bit better, taking some better swings. And he went to the opposite field with that homer. When you can backspin and homer opposite field, you're doing the right things.
He strikes out here though on the changeup. 2 down.
Well, we talk about how many times you're going to see the changeup, and when you got to cover 97, that just plays, and lots of cover, great arm speed on it, and that's what's been making him the X factor for this Phillies rotation to start this season.
Phillies wearing their throwback baby blue, kind of early 80s era uniforms. They do that for their Thursday home games. Elliot Ramos takes a first pitch, changeup in for a strike. So Ramos, who's been the leadoff hitter against lefties today, hitting in the 3rd spot. Hits that one out towards left center field and well hit. Kepler's going to watch it. It is off the top of the wall. And it stayed in the ballpark apparently. That was real close. And I'm sure the Giants are going to ask for a minute just to check and make sure. Elliot Ramos almost took that one out of this park. As it is right now, it's a double.
I think that's in play. I think it's got to cover the orange. I don't think it hits that. But that is a fastball down and in. And he just drops barrel right to it. Absolutely smokes it into left center.
Yeah. It's got to get over that. You're right. It hit on the top of the yellow part of the wall. It's got to get over that extra advertising panel for it to be a home run. So that's definitely in play. But an extra base hit and a chance for the Giants to score first. A fastball to Matt Chapman. Strike one called. Couple home runs, 9 batted in for Chapman. Giants had a day yesterday. Very good situational hitting. By the way, Spanish audio is available on the SAP channel. Brought to you by your Northern California Honda dealers. One to Chapman. Just getting started here. Last game of the 4-game series. Giants and Phillies. Chapman on the ground in the right field, base hit. Here comes Ramos around third. Castellanos up with the ball. His throw will be late, and Chapman takes the extra base. It's 1-0 Giants. Little 2-out magic for the Giants.
Well, we talk about using the big part of the field, and in particular with Chappie, when he gets going right. You know, he's so right hand, top hand dominant, but he lets that ball travel and hits it by the shift. You see where Bryce Harper's playing, but able to get enough on it to get it out into right field, and with 2 outs going on contact. Better throw. There might have been a play at the plate, but nice job by Ramos, and even better job by Chapman to take second base on the throw.
More good base running for the Giants. That's been a theme in the early going. Here's Casey Schmidt. And the Giants have a chance to add on now. 2 outs, nobody on. Ramos hit the double. That was almost a home run. Chapman with the base hit. Casey's been swinging the bat better here. It's still so early for him. Just not a lot of games, not a lot of at-bats. That was a good changeup, and Schmidt is behind in the count 0-2. You talked about Chapman letting the ball travel, going the other way. He still hit it 109 miles an hour. To your point, got it by the shift. Swing and a miss on the changeup. So 3 strikeouts, but the Giants get a run. Giants score first, a run in the top half. So now the bottom of the first, and the Phillies will come up for the first time. The Phillies lineup brought to you by your Bay Area Chevrolet dealers: Stott, Turner, Harper, Schwarber, Castellanos, Kepler, Real Muto back behind home plate. Bohm and Rojas getting the start again out in center field. So you got those big boppers in the middle of the order. Harper and Schwarber especially have been hot lately against the Giants right-hander Jordan Hicks.
Yeah, Jordan Hicks coming off of that 4th start of the season. Had a bit of a rough one there in New York. but you see the numbers. It's the strikeouts a little bit down for him, what he's kind of used to. But it's just for him trying to locate that off-speed stuff, because we know the fastball plays. And this will be a good lineup to get tested with. But again, tremendous weather compared to last time he started.
Yeah, I think part of how you have to evaluate things, it was just miserable in New York. So he didn't have real good command of that off-speed stuff. It's just hard to know how much of that was the conditions. Well, 2 straight sinkers, both close, but both called balls. Jordan Hicks is already thinking, man, I'd like to get a few of those.
Yeah, that's a pitch he's going to lean on, especially.
He got that one. 2-1.
I mean, already the arm's feeling better than it was in New York weather-wise. I mean, he's hitting 98s already, and that sets up everything for him.
Velocity was just a little bit down. Stott goes the other way and punches a base hit through the left side. That's a leadoff single for the Phillies.
Let's take a look at StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. It'll be Hicks's 2025 pitch arsenal. You're going to see a lot of sinkers, especially ahead in the count. You're going to see that. The sweeper just needs to lock that in a little bit better with as far as location's concerned. And the splitter was on an uptick in that start against New York. He almost quadrupled the usage that he had in his prior starts.
So an immediate base runner against Hicks. You don't have Patrick Bailey behind the plate. You wonder if the Phillies be a little more motivated to use the running game today if they have a chance to. Trey Turner, their outstanding shortstop, on the ground, and a dive and a knockdown, but not a clean play by Fitzgerald. Good effort. And that probably keeps Stott at second. I think if that gets by Tyler, he's probably on the way to third, but still another hit.
Let's take a look at the Giants defense, brought to you by Walk-Up Personal Injury Law. Starting in the outfield from left to right will be Ramos, Matos, and Yastrzemski. Left side of the infield is Chapman and Koss. Right side, Fitzgerald and Schmidt, and Sam Huff will be doing the catching.
It's like the Phillies were listening to you. The approach against the sinker baller Sanchez for the Giants, maybe the same approach against Jordan Hicks. Both hitters going the other way to start the game.
Well, not only that, they're primarily seeing the sinker, so I wonder if you're going to see an off-speed pitch here, just get them off that fastball.
Bryce Harper takes a fastball at 99, but it misses. Had a big game last night. He's homered in 2 straight games. And he comes up with 2 on and nobody out in his first at bat. Down the left field line. Foul.
Arm's feeling good, that is for sure. 100 on that fastball.
No chance to ease into the game, though, with those back-to-back hits, and now one of the game's great hitters at the plate. It is 2-1. He's fallen behind all these 3 hitters to start the game. Tried the slider. Did not do what he wanted it to do. Giants really are leaning on Jordan Hicks here today. They need some length from him. 100-mile-an-hour sinker, just kind of right out over the plate. 3-2.
Well, you like to see that challenge, right? Traditionally, the fastball count, and he just reared back and threw 100.
3-2. Inside, ball 4, close, but it's a walk, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. The walks turned yesterday's first inning into a nightmare for Robbie Ray, where he had to throw so many pitches, and it really cost him a chance to go deeper in the game. Here's Kyle Schwarber. It's been ball 1 to all 3 Phillies hitters so far. There you go, a little backdoor slider. Strike 1. Schwarber, over the course of the season, he's been their best hitter, their hottest hitter. Splitter swung on and missed.
Well, this is a guy that has just been seeing the ball so well for them so far this season, and he's 18 for 18 on trying to get on base. So this would, now you got some count leverage. You can try to get him in a chase zone. This is where he likes to go splitter down or fastball up.
He went fastball up, 2 up.
Don't hate it. I mean, you know, you would like it a little bit more around the chest, but take a chance. You never know. Get a swing through, but just try to manage an inning here. Get it out, start one.
On the ground, through into right field, and that's going to score 2. It's also going to send Harper to third. Stott and Turner are home, and the Phillies still haven't made it out. They lead 2-1.
Looked like it was a splitter that stayed up just a little bit. Center cut stayed over the heart of the plate and able to drop barrel to it and gets it by Schmidt diving over at first base. The Phillies answer. Bottom of the first.
Yeah, so I think your point from a minute ago now really applies. Trying to manage the inning here. Don't let this turn into a huge start for the Phillies. Well, that helps Castellanos. It's only strike 1, but he was way out in front of the slider. Trying to go back out there. 1-1. That went into right center. Another hit. And Schwarber will head to third. Castellanos, a big wide turn, but the ball relayed back in. 3-1. Still no outs. And Jordan Hicks is in some trouble here. Big time.
That four-seam fastball there, or up at the top of the zone, but Castellanos able to just square that one up. And that's been some pretty loud contact early in this ball game. I wonder if they picked up on something in the delivery, or maybe he's fallen into too much of a rhythm.
It definitely makes you wonder, especially since Hicks had that issue in spring training. You talked about it, how a couple outings in a row he was tipping his pitches, and he gave up a bunch of hits and runs down in the Cactus League, and said they did some work and figured out what was going on and corrected it. Now on a pop-up, see if Chapman can chase it down. He will. And then a bluff of a tag. What a play by Matt Chapman.
Yeah, that's one that you kind of teach both guys to get to the bag and get off there just to see if you can coax a throw out of him. But nice job being able to sprint back in. Chases it down, tremendous play, and then how quickly he just turns, sees what's going on, and then sprints in, because that's where Castellanos starts getting out there and see if he can draw a throw.
Great insight into just the baseball instincts of Chapman there, not just wheeling around and flinging it toward home in case Schwarber, but also making sure he was aware, and Castellanos was aware, that he was paying attention to him. Real Muto swings through the slider. Well, now in a spot where if he could get a ground ball into the defense, maybe could get out of it. Another slider, strike 2. Giant starters have had some rough beginnings to games here lately. High slider, foul back. You figure today, Javi, you don't have Bivens. Nothing's official, but multiple innings.
You'd like to stay away, right?
Recently, Birdsong same way. Trevino probably same way. He got him with the slider. 2 down.
Stayed slider the entire time in this at bat. This one, this is the killer. That's the finishing one that he wants to be able to locate. And when he's at his best, that's the one you get. Big strikeout here.
So now 2 outs for Alec Bohm. Phillies have scored 3 times here in the first inning. Bohm fouled back the fastball. .100 miles an hour, but running way in. Bohm's struggled going back to the end of last year, but he has had a few hits and a few big ones in this series. Another foul.
Traditionally, this is a spot. You saw it last at bat when he gets some count leverage. He tries to get that slider the way he threw that last one to punch out Real Muto. Just get that one that starts a strike. By the time hitter commits, it's down and away or just down in the zone. Maybe a fastball to keep him off of it.
Way outside, and that's going to allow the Phillies to get another run. Man, he yanked that one, and really no chance for the Giants catcher Sam Huff. It's 4-1.
Yeah, just overcooked that slider, really trying to bury it. And way out in the other batter's box. That's tough to just make that. You can't slide your body in front of it. You're just trying to pick it like a shortstop, and one able to do that.
Another one way outside. This time Huff at least knocks it down. So now it's a 4-run first inning, and Hicks has thrown 30 pitches. To center, and hard hit. Matos at the wall, can't catch it. He got his glove on it and he couldn't catch it. Bohm around second, heading for third, and hopefully Matos is okay. He crashed into the wall. Castellanos scores. It's 5-1. Good effort by Matos.
Tremendous. He had a beat on it the whole way. Tracks it down, gets the glove up, just unable to secure it, unable to squeeze it. Oh, great effort. Slams into that wall.
It's such a hard play. You know the collision is coming once you get to that point and you've sold out on a full sprint. That ball was crushed.
The Giants have been able to prove that no lead is safe, but you definitely would like to get some length out of your starter.
Chopper to short. Koss. Wide throw, but Schmidt does a good job of staying on the bag. Phillies are going to check, but I think he did. It's a 5-run inning. We'll go to the second. 5-1.
This telecast is brought to you by UCSF Health. All-star care for every fan. UCSF Health is the official healthcare partner of the San Francisco Giants.
Well, the first inning has not been kind to the Giants in this series. Matos, good news is he appears to be okay. Big collision with the center field wall. Tyler Fitzgerald takes ball one from Christopher Sanchez. Giants scored the first run of the game, and then the Phillies bounced back and scored 5 in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, they definitely had a game plan and executed it there in the bottom of the first inning.
A lot of loud contact. There's that low strike. Phillies 4 games, 10 total first inning runs. Well, Fitzgerald can lay off those pitches. Part of the reason why he started to swing the bat better. He's had a great series. Two and two.
Good change up there. Pulls it. He didn't really want it down and in, but just that arm speed sells it.
That's a pitch he used to get the 3 strikeouts in the first inning. Did he go? Yes, he did. He used it again.
Cheer for Jung Hoo Lee from the Jung Hoo crew at Oracle Park. Tickets are available in the special center field section. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday games. Receive an exclusive Jung Hoo crew t-shirt with that ticket purchase. Lock in those tickets for that upcoming Rangers series April 25th through the 27th. Buy online at sfgiants.com/crew.
Here's Mike Yastrzemski on the ground on the first pitch. 2 outs. We were talking with Bob Melvin before the game, and obviously Bob was very hesitant to give Jung Hoo Lee a day off. He's just been fantastic, but I think just taking the long-term view, coming off a year with injury, surgery, recovery, they want to build in at least, especially in these stretches where you're not getting a natural team off day. Just want to make sure they're not wearing Jung Hoo Lee down.
Yeah, in the midst of 17 straight, it's the right idea.
Sam Huff starting today in place of Patrick Bailey, ahead of the count 2-0.
And that's where having the DH is going to, for some of them, is going to serve as their off day. And not keep them off their feet, just let them hit.
Yeah, that's Adames today. 3-0. Well, the Giants in the first inning, 2 outs, nobody on. Rallied and scored a run. 2 outs, nobody on here in the second. Looked like Huff was just taken all the way. That's ball 4. I think you said in the first inning, Giants have not been afraid to come from behind, play from behind. They've been a very spunky team in the early going, and part of that is working counts, working the starting pitcher. We'll see. Maybe they can get into that Phillies bullpen a little earlier than you would expect against a guy as good as Sanchez. Christian Koss goes after the first pitch and hits a foul.
Yeah, Sam Huff had that start on Saturday in New York City, and he was the wrong end of some of those at-bats. He did get strikeouts, but he worked full counts in every one of his at-bats, so kudos to him yet again, being able to work a pitcher.
Big swing on the changeup. Koss is behind in the count, 0-2. Big opening on the right side. Changeup, got him. Another strikeout for Christopher Sanchez. A walk, 1 left, 5-1 Phillies.
Ultimate Performer brought to you by your Bay Area BMW centers. And it was 1982. Look at the guy. Look at old Krug getting in there, flipping the deuce. He went 13-11 with 3.12 ERA and 33 starts. 208 innings that year. 7 complete games go with it. Hammer time. Snap those suckers off.
He had a really good year here in Philly.
He sure did.
You talked to Mike about it. They loved living here, being a part of what was an exciting Phillies team. The Phillies would win the World Series the next year. Mike got traded to the Giants after 1982, and I think the initial reaction was, yeah, this was a team primed to win, and yet I think it all worked out pretty well for Mike.
I think he's had 2 awesome careers. Not many people can say they can do that.
Meanwhile, Jordan Hicks desperate to have a better second inning than a 5-run first, where the Phillies made him throw 33 pitches and hit a lot of balls hard.
A little anger behind that one. 101 on the inside corner.
So it's 2-2. Full count. He got him. Splitter for strike 3.
He just sped him up. So many fastball. That was nasty.
He hit him. Trey Turner.
And 101 up. He got no chance to really do anything. That almost hit him. He's got the hand guard, but I'm not sure if it got it or if it got just kind of missed the wrist.
I'm hoping it got the guard.
Man, that's scary up there.
Bad things happen when you get hit hand, wrist.
Yeah, there's just not much fat up there. Not much to take the brunt of the shot.
Well, I'm hoping that shot means that it did hit mostly that guard. That's get hit with a pitch that's 101 miles an hour. Ooh. Here's Bryce Harper, who walked and scored a run in the first inning. Now they've got Turner picked off. Schmidt throws it. Koss has to hurry it back. Now the Giants have him in the rundown, and Schmidt will go back to Koss for the tag out. That was not exactly textbook, but I think the Giants suspected Turner might be a little ticked off. He was going to go, and they were right.
Yeah, and again, got rid of it a little early there at first base. Still learning the position. You know, normally you want to run at him hard, but able to make up for it here. Runs at him hard there, flips it to Koss for the put out. But fundamental baseball, you got to try to play it, and the Giants have been doing a good job this year.
So 2 down, nobody on. One and one to Harper. Left field. Harper anguished after he hit that ball. Ramos puts it away. Hicks needed that. Will go to the third. 5-1 Phillies.
This telecast is brought to you by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Visit BayAreaBMW.com today for exceptional offers.
Well, a lot of work to do for the Giants, but a long way to go. Our last game in Philadelphia all year. The Giants playing the Phillies early at Citizens Bank Park. 5-1 Phillies, third inning. Top of the order for the Giants. Matos, who crashed into the center field wall on defense, stays in the game. First at bat since then.
Matos actually struck out his first at bat. That's the first time he'd done it in 25 at bats.
He's got elite bat to ball skills. Foul tips that changeup. It gives you an idea of how good the changeup is.
He was able to fight him that first at bat. I think got maybe an 8-pitch at bat.
Hit a bunch of foul balls. He's going to have to battle here now, down 0-2. That shadow line starting to come from the third base side, not just behind home plate, but for the moment, pitcher hitter still in the sun. On the ground toward third, backhanded by Bohm. Good play and a long throw to get Matos.
That was a real nice play to the backhand side. Sets his feet, gets the grip, and he's always had a good strong arm across the diamond. Got him out with plenty of room to spare.
Taller, lankier guy than Matt Chapman. So for Bohm to do what Chapman does, get down into that ready position before every pitch, he's got a long way to go. Ball one to Adames. Adames off the end of the bat to left field. Kepler, 2 outs. I love watching Matt Chapman prepare for every pitch on defense.
Yeah, well, I mean, he does a lot of things fundamentally sound. He does a lot of things you'd want your kid to do when you're showing him how to play the game.
Chapman's one of the Giants. We're headed to Anaheim after this. That's near where Matt grew up. Ramos, fastball, strike one. A lot of players obviously come from Southern California, Orange County. On the ground, back to Sanchez. Giants top of the order is gone in order in 7 pitches midway through 3. It's 5-1 Phillies.
This telecast is brought to you by Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, It's time for the beach. Buy your ride wristbands and season passes online and save up to $20 per person.
A big train station just outside downtown Philly. Do they call that one Penn Station too? Every train station on the East Coast is Penn Station.
Easy to remember. Easy to find.
Pitch comp's not working. It's called Penn Station in New York. It's called Penn Station in Washington, D.C. But in Pennsylvania, it's not Penn Station, apparently. It's the 30th Street Station. Just things that kind of make you wonder. Do we have the pitch comm figured out?
Certainly hope so. Both pitchers had quick half innings.
The Giants went down in 7 pitches. Schwarber takes the sinker at 100 miles an hour, but it missed. Schwarber, one of the big hits in the 5-run first for the Phillies. 2-run single. And he's ahead 2-0.
Challenged him. 2-0 fastball. Here it comes. Got to buy him.
Towering fly ball to right field. Yastrzemski, one away. There's Nick Castellanos, also drove in a run with a hit. One of the more frustrating things I think about the way this game started was all the loud contact that began the game. 5 straight hitters reached, 3 scored, but then Hicks got a pop out on a strikeout and was 1 out and 1 strike away from getting through it. I mean, you say only 3 runs, but limiting the damage to some degree. And then a wild pitch and a triple.
Yeah, just overcooked that slider, and it cost another one. And it's just a pitch that's been a little elusive for him so far this year, because you see the velocity's there. It's not a lack of arm strength.
No. One, 2. Castellanos spoiled it, and that's the point you made at the very start of our telecast with Jordan Hicks. Whatever's going on, Yankees weren't chasing and swinging and missing at the splitter and the slider, and the Phillies have done a pretty good job of staying away from those.
And he just, for me, he's got to get ahead in the count to make his stuff just that more dynamic. He's got ahead of 5 guys out of the 13 he's faced, I think, right now. So it's the velocity's there. Again, we talk about it, but if you can sneak a strike with a sweeper or maybe land a split, that's just going to make that 98 play higher.
Did he go? Yes, he did. That's a swing for strike 3.
Let's take a look. Did he go? No? Good enough. Tony Randazzo liked it.
Here's Max Kepler. 2 outs and nobody on. Hard hit on the ground. Fielded cleanly by Fitzgerald. So Hicks has a quick inning. We go to the 4th. Giants need to get the offense going.
Great Resort and Casino leaderboard and its most runs per game this season in Major League Baseball. Yankees, Cubs, Giants, Cardinals, and Diamondbacks. But the top three are the first three teams in Major League Baseball to clear that 100 runs scored so far this season. Cubs leading the way there with 124 runs scored. Yankees at 107, and Giants after day 101 runs scored.
Pretty impressive company the Giants are keeping on offense. Matt Chapman leads off against Sanchez. But look, I still think the formula for this Giants team involves a heavy dose of pitching and defense. I mean, that's the way the Giants have sort of built this team, and yet in the early season the offense has been carrying more than their fair share of the load.
And just the way how they're doing it, and you talked about it, how first game of the series there's homers, and last night was timely base running, well done, well executed base running, balls in the gap, and just lots of hits.
1-2 to Chapman. I think that base running has been I'm not saying it accounts for a huge chunk of those runs, but it's been a reason why the Giants offense has been so good.
Just been a priority for him.
Chapman, that changeup, man, he is throwing a lot of good changeups.
The Giants return to Oracle Park next week, and the homestand begins with a 4-game set against the Brew Crew. See Patrick Bailey and the Giants take on Jackson Chourio and the Brewers Monday through Thursday. Get those tickets at sfgiants.com/tickets.
Yeah, that'll be, I'm sure it'll be an emotional series for Willy Adames against his old team. But mostly for Willie. Big swing by Casey Schmidt. I'm sure Willie will, the smiles, the hugs. I guarantee you those Brewers players can't wait to see him. Oh, 2 to Schmidt.
Yeah, it's always nice to go back and see the boys that you battle with, especially when the success that they had as a group together. And you know, he's been just a clubhouse captain, field captain. It's not easy to replace shortstop, so it'll be good for him, and I'm sure Pat Murphy would want to say hello as well, their skipper.
You hear all those guys talk about what he meant to that team over the last few years. Yelich and Chourio and others. Well, Casey's having a hard time against that changeup. He goes down swinging for the second time.
The Warriors kick off first round of the playoffs against the Rockets Sunday at 5:30 right here on NBC Sports Bay Area and streaming on the NBC Sports app.
You got a prediction for the series?
Well, I'm rooting for the Warriors to actually, I shouldn't say they're the dark horse, because I feel like anytime you have the greatest shooter on the planet on your team that you should make a run, but I don't know. OKC better look out.
I think look, Rockets are talented.
They are.
They're young, they're athletic, they're tough, but you got Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry and all their playoff experience against a young team.
Exactly right. Steph's battling through that little hand deal, and he's still making it rain. So, like where they're at.
Fitzgerald strikes out on the changeup. Sanchez strikes out the side. That ends our NBA playoff analysis for the day.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth presented by Lazy Boy. And Dave, Christopher Sanchez has lived up to the billing so far, huh? That changeup has been really, really nasty. The Giants struggled. You thought a little something in the first inning, but he's really hit his stride so far these last few.
Yeah, maybe when he gets back on the mound in the next half inning, you could talk a little more about, because I hear you say, you know, he sells the changeup with the arm speed and the deception, about how he does that, because obviously the Giants are not picking up that changeup. He is getting a ton of swings and misses on that pitch. Jordan Hicks, meanwhile, has at least settled in after the 5-run first for the Phillies, and you're thinking, how are the Giants going to cover the rest of this game? And Hicks has pitched better since then.
Yeah, 10-pitch inning followed by 11-pitch inning.
1-1 to JT Realmuto. He got 2 outs in his first 32 pitches, Jordan Hicks did, and he's gotten 7 outs in his last, what, 4 pitches, something like that. So he's been a lot more efficient.
An out without throwing a pitch, got to pick off.
That helped. Two and two. JT Realmuto plays a lot, doesn't he?
I will say this: the Phillies stars play a lot. You know, that he's out there a bunch. Bryce Harper doesn't sit a whole lot. Schwarber's back in the lineup today. Trey Turner. They don't sit a whole lot. Robbie Thompson likes to run them out there.
3-2. He did not go. Realmuto. And maybe Tony Randazzo, after what happened a couple nights ago, maybe he owed him one.
See Unseen Oceans and Dino Days. 2 new exhibits. 1 epic adventure at the California Academy of Sciences.
Dino Days.
Yes.
There's Alec Bohm.
He locked me up.
Yeah, I mean, well, it wasn't much of a lead-in. It's in my neighborhood, California Academy of Sciences. Love that place.
Well, there's 2 new exhibits you can check out.
It's a beautiful building, even if you don't go inside. I like to take a walk or ride my bike around. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it is nice.
Ooh. It's right across the park, the little music concourse from the DeYoung Museum. And the DeYoung, there's a great little coffee shop, like cafe. It's a good place if you needed to have a little meeting or meet a friend for a cup of coffee. You're in the park. It's beautiful. Just throwing that out there.
I'll jot that down when I head out west.
When will we see you?
Let's not make reservations.
Okay. All right. This is your last game with us for way too long.
A while. Yeah.
Way too long.
Got a while. Got to rest up.
Be practicing your golf game so you can take me down. 1-2 to Alec Bohm. Time granted, and Hicks is really unhappy. Huff was trying to get in between Cuzzy and Hicks, and Cuzzy said, "Get out of my way. I want to yell at him."
Love the play by Hicks right there. He didn't even want to hear it. Cuzzy's trying to explain himself or take charge. He's like, just give me the ball. Just give me the ball. That was awesome. He did call time pretty darn late.
Really late. I don't think I would have allowed that one if I were the umpire. What a flip and what a turn by Christian Koss. Wow. Some wizardry out at shortstop between Fitzgerald and especially Christian Koss.
Don't leave Schmidt out of there. What a backhand stab.
Okay. That was fantastic.
Now he's jawing at JT. Not sure what's going on here. We got some action going.
Yeah. He was yelling at JT Real Muto.
Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam, and it's this play right here. Bare hand 360 and a backhand pick on the back end by Schmidt. I'm not sure if he's yelling at Real Muto going through the bag. I don't know what happened here. Nothing happened there.
Yeah, it was a good slide. I don't know.
He may be yelling at Bohm for the timeout he called.
Yeah, maybe so.
Either way, they're both in the dugout, right?
What a double play turn that was.
That was fantastic.
So 2 outs for the 9th place hitter Rojas. Hicks is a little salty through that one. 101.
Yeah, I'm going to go with him yelling at Bohm.
I think that's the most likely.
And JT just happened to be jogging off at the right time. He's probably giving you talking to me?
Yeah, why am I in the middle of this? 2-1. (5-1) Phillies. We're in the 4th. Hicks gave up all 5 of the runs in the first inning. Another 101.
Yeah, this is the guy you want to get out here. This is the 9 in the order, guy that struggled in this whole series. You don't want this lineup to turn over, and you put him in a little, giving him the opportunity here in 3-1 count. He's going to challenge him. You have to.
Yeah, this one needs to be a strike. Challenged him at 100. Took a little something off.
Yeah, get me over 100 outside corner.
(3-2). He did walk him ultimately.
Read his lips and keep talking, but I'm not sure who he's talking to. I think he's talking to Bohm. Whatever gets you jazzed up, whatever gets you going. And that last pitch was ball 4, but 102.
Yeah, he might be too jazzed up now. The adrenaline, I think, is pumping between the timeout and his unhappiness with both Bohm and Cuzzy, and then after the double play, whatever was going on with Bohm again. Throw to first. Stott 1 for 2. 3 walks and a hit batter in 4 innings. Again, Giants starters are having a little issue with that. All the emphasis on throwing strikes. There goes Rojas. Pitch taken. Throw. And it was going to be late anyway. Ball wasn't handled cleanly, so that's a steal.
Rojas just had a little bit of a walking lead. Great jump. How much Huff can do there?
It was a pretty good throw, actually.
It was. Just a better jump.
Strike 1. 73rd pitch for Jordan Hicks. Phillies finally getting some hits with runners in scoring position today. That's been a problem for them all series. 2-2. Stott, now he's unhappy. He thought that was too high. You like the throwback powder blues? You have an opinion on the?
I do like the powder blue, baby blue, whatever you want to call it. You know, I love. This is a good look. The Royals have a good one. You know, even St. Louis. The Blue Jays Orioles one was an interesting one. Did you see that? They were wearing their blues, and then the Orioles were wearing their all orange. Whew. There was a lot of action going there. A couple nights ago.
A lot of color.
A lot of action.
3-2. Strike 3 call. Got him with the backdoor breaking ball. Stott thrilled by that call. The force is strong at Oracle Park during Star Wars weekend. It's not just a day, it's a whole weekend. Star Wars giveaways in consecutive games. The Star Wars bucket hat presented by Oracle Park on Saturday, May 3rd. And then on Sunday, May 4th, the BB-8 jersey presented by Evercharge. 2 giveaways, 1 model. Robbie Ray. He did them both at one time.
Well, you got to coordinate. Can't do one without the other.
sfgiants.com/promotions. Well, Giants are hanging around in this game. The problem is Christopher Sanchez is just dealing. 0-1 to Yastrzemski. To the backstop. Bit of more unhappiness from Jordan Hicks as he was walking off the field. Stott slammed his helmet. I don't know if Hicks took offense at that or if he was just running hot. Yaz on the ground, and it goes right through the legs of Trey Turner. Ball was kind of in no man's land. Yaz was thinking about it, decides to stay at first. That'll be an error. There's Jordan Hicks.
I think what I enjoyed about the whole deal, as we look at another replay here, going 5-hole, scores, and he thought about it. I'll give Yaz credit. He rounded hard. Rojas came in and made the slide, but how dismissive he was of Phil Cuzzy. Phil Cuzzy's trying. He's like, I'm not talking to you. Twice.
Sam Huff takes a ball. No playoff hockey here in Philly, huh? This year, Flyers didn't make it.
They're out.
You use the hockey terminology, which you were right to do so. 2-0.
See if Huff can run into one here.
He's got big power.
He's got big power. He's got himself in a good count. You know, we've seen a lot of changeups in this spot, but swing for the fastball in case you get it.
Got the fastball.
pitcher's still in the sunshine here. It's going to be real close here with the shadows.
And you can almost see Sam Huff kind of squinting. Two and two. He's had a couple of hits, but no extra base hits yet early in this season. When he connects, it can go a long way. He read that changeup, it seemed.
Again, another full count. Again, he hasn't reaped the benefits of going full, but in his 2 starts on this road trip, he has seen an awful lot of pitching.
Yeah, he's probably not going anywhere over at first base. 3-2, nobody out. Huff on the ground to short. Could be a double play. There's one. There's two. So that erases that error. 2 down. And Christian Koss.
He finally got in the record book this road trip in New York.
Got his first hit.
Got his first hit.
He had one in Houston where he put a bunt down and it could have been scored as a hit. To me, it was not an easy play, but they didn't give him a hit. They charged an error. So he had to wait a little while. 1-1. I can't imagine how difficult it is, especially for a younger player. You play all Cactus League, you battle hard, you get tons of at bats, you win a job. On the ground, and he's got a second hit. Koss, nice approach there. That's his second major league hit, a 2-out single. But how hard it is just to stay sharp when you're not playing much at all, especially getting at bats. It just can't be easy.
No, it's definitely not. And as a young player, that's the tough part as a manager, as a roster constructor, and with front offices, is how are you going to build a guy, like decide how they're going to get their reps and how you're going to build it. It's tough to build a bench and a strong one for those reasons.
Matos, big chopper, and Bohm fields it cleanly. Matos gone on 1 pitch. An error, a hit, but no runs. We're midway through 5, and the Giants are still down 4.
The 2025 All-Star Teacher Award presented by Provident Credit Union. Go to NBCSportsBayArea.com/AST to check out Dwayne Williams as well as the other finalists and vote now. The winning teacher school will receive $30,000.
A lot of, as you say, a lot of cheese.
A lot of cheese.
Slider to Trey Turner, who got hit right on that hand guard his last time up. On the ground towards short. Koss, and it kicks up off him, and he'll have no play. Did that take a funny bounce?
I mean, it's an error's an error, but that looked like it hit something in the dirt. I mean, it was sitting down, and it just, that last little hop, yeah. That topspin got him. Came up, hit the heel of the glove, and that's all it takes for the guy with Turner speed. Put it in your pocket.
Well, that's frustrating for Koss, because big reason why he's on this team is he's such a good defender. You could tell it just by his body language out there. He's unhappy. So now Harper. Runner at first, nobody out. He lines that one out towards left center. Ramos will run it down, and Turner a long way from first. He's got a lot of confidence in his ability to get back. He did.
He's always been aggressive on the base pass. He reads it. He gets out there, what you're supposed to do, halfway, but you're right. Thought maybe you'd let one fly.
I kind of thought Ramos was going to uncork one there. Here's Kyle Schwarber again. Third at bat for him. Giants have taken 2 out of 3 to start this series. Phillies trying to get a split at home. Phillies came into this series 5-1 at home. They're like the Giants. They have not played a ton of home games yet. Phillies had the best home record in baseball last year.
They did. I mean, they're built. They're just built different in this ballpark.
They pitch better here and they hit better here.
I mean, I think you got to give a lot of credit to the fans. This is a Thursday afternoon game. It is jammed in here.
It's true. They have a true home field advantage. Shot of downtown Philly from, that's basically the viewpoint we have. My fingers are crossed. It would be fun for the Giants to be back here in the postseason.
Well, if you get back here for the postseason, you're doing the right things.
Phillies are definitely one of the favorites across all of baseball. They're one of the most talented rosters in the game.
Yeah, and you look at the NL West, you could make an argument that they could get 4. That's going to be awful hard to do that in a division that eventually you're going to start beating up on each other.
That one squibbed, and Koss knocked it down. Good effort, but just shaded too far up the middle. Even if he fields that cleanly, I don't think he's got a chance to get an out.
Good effort to get there, though. Knock it down. Turner can't run to third base there. It's only just knocks it just a couple steps away. I don't know if he'd even have a play anywhere. Nice job to keep it in the infield.
That's the first hit for the Phillies since the first inning. Jordan Hicks gave up 5 hits to the first 8 batters of the game, and he had not allowed one since. Conference on the mound for the Giants, and while they chat, a message from California Community Colleges.
Get the money you need to reach your goals. At a California Community College, financial aid is available year-round to help you cover tuition, books, supplies, and other basic needs like food and sometimes even the rent. Get started today at icangotocollege.com.
Now Jordan Hicks, 84 pitches. We're in the 5th inning. Giants are down 5-1. Even after that meeting, still no activity in the Giants bullpen. 33 of those 84 pitches came in that first inning when he gave up the 5 hits and the 5 runs. Castellanos on the ground to second. Man, was that a good meeting or what? The throw high, and he's safe. Oh my goodness. Christian Koss having a tough defensive inning. I mean, he's got a good arm. You got to make a better throw than that. Giants are checking to see if Schmidt got his foot back down, but apparently he did not.
Yeah, it gets the double play that you're looking for. The ball is up. In case he felt the need to jump as far as not reach, you know, maybe like you see some first basemen kind of reach up, but he definitely had to get off the ground and unable to get back. Although it looks like he right there, that replay looked like his toe hit.
Yeah, I think I had looked down there and it looked like they weren't challenging, but apparently that was premature. I think.
Yeah, that's it.
I think he got his foot down. Giants are running off the field.
I would too.
There's a look inside the replay room in New York. Crew chiefs this week, Mark Carlson and Mark Wegner, back in New York.
This is a better angle. You can kind of see that toe touch. Yeah, he gone.
I think he's on top of the bag there, don't you?
Yeah, he gone. The old one-pitch double play meeting. Those are the best.
Ruling on the field is overturned. The runner is out. San Francisco will retain its challenge.
Okay. Great meeting. On to the 6th. 5-1 Phillies.
Head out to Oracle Park Sunday, April 27th for Youth Baseball and Softball Day. The Giants take on the Texas Rangers, and the first 7,500 kids 14 and under will receive a Patrick Bailey headband presented by Bank of America. So let's look like the Gold Glover and get those tickets at sfgiants.com/promotions. Is there ball on the field in right field? There we go.
Quick delay. Just enough time for you to finish off the promo. And now we can start the 6th inning with Willie Adames against Christopher Sanchez. 15 outs, 8 strikeouts, 6 ground balls. That's a good formula.
It is exactly what you want to get your team back in the win column. But the Giants have been fighting, try to get him in the zone a little bit more. That changeup has been nasty for him.
Ooh.
Just that arm speed, the late life to it. He's got a lot of sink. Arm side run with it. Like to get him in some sort of stress.
Yeah,
hasn't had to work very hard. Last inning, 13 pitches, 8 strikes.
Probably you would say the only stressful situation was the first inning, I think. Adames down the left field line. Kepler with room. 1 away.
Xfinity delivers Wi-Fi built for streaming live sports with ultra-low lag. Stream the biggest moments in the best seat in the house with Xfinity.
1 out for Elliot Ramos. Ramos doubled in the first, and that created that only sort of stressful scenario. And Chapman drove him in. It's the only run for the Giants. They led 1-0. Then the Phillies got 5 Hard ground ball, backhanded Turner, high throw, and it's offline. Elliot Ramos is safe.
I'm giving it a hit.
I would too, but let's see.
Backhand slide, get up and throw across the diamond. It's not an easy play.
No. They're going to charge him with an error.
Wow.
Standard's supposed to be ordinary effort.
I would like to see the official score make that play.
That was not an easy play.
Oof.
That one might get revisited. Chapman, who definitely seems geared towards right field today. He knocked in a run with a base hit to right in the first inning. It's a tough error.
Come on now. Clean it up. A sliding backhand.
Yeah. And that you're a pitcher, so.
Yeah, but I'm not a pitcher for the Phillies.
I know, but I'm saying you're objective. Ordinarily, I think you would, as a pitcher, you might just defer to, hey, charge it an error. It's not the pitcher's fault.
Well, yeah, it depends on the situation, but that is a hard play with a guy that can run.
Exactly. I'm on your side. Change up.
I do say this, being up here, the game is so much slower up here than it is on the field.
Yeah.
If you're going to score a game, you should have to do it right in front of everybody, right at the bottom, and get the sense of the speed of the game.
It's an interesting idea. Put the official score right down with the authenticators.
Hey, whatever it takes. I mean, you could have a couple fake ones so nobody has to wear the name tag, so you don't have to see exactly who it is, but
some
so
decoys.
So they're not getting yelled at the whole time. You can see it in other sports where people don't exactly wear the uniform.
Chapman, high drive, left field. It is gone. Giants are back in this game. Matt Chapman. He'd been going opposite field early in the game. He pulls one into the bleachers. It's 5-3.
And not a bad one either. When you think about it, it's a 2-2 slider. He recognizes it, but let it travel just enough, but lets that right hand go right through that swing and absolutely bombs one into left field. And like you said, the Giants getting back in. 2-2 slider, try to go under the hands. And you missed that spot, and he will punish it, and he did.
Quiet offensive game for the Giants. Oh man, very low strike to Casey Schmidt. Matt Chapman's third home run has really changed the feel of this one. Remember, you got Jung-Hoo Lee available on the bench. You got Wilmer Flores available on the bench. Giants have some weapons if they can generate another scoring opportunity, keep the game close, whether it's this inning or later. 0-2.
He's just been getting a steady diet of changeup and Casey Schmidt's at bat so far this afternoon. He got one waist fastball up in his last at bat, and he went back to the changeup. See if he follows that same recipe.
He did. Casey 0 for 3 with 3 swinging strikeouts. 9 strikeouts for Sanchez.
You see simple swing by Chapman. Doesn't try to do too much. Quiet front side, keeps the head still, lets the hands fire.
Here's Tyler Fitzgerald. He's struck out both times up. He goes to bunt, and he offered at it, according to Phil Cuzzy. And Fitzgerald's like, what? I mean, it's not a bad idea if you're Tyler. Usually with 2 outs, kind of the conventional wisdom is try to get yourself in scoring position, hit a ball hard somewhere. But Tyler's so fast, you get on base, and maybe even with 2 outs, you can generate a rally with your legs. With your
put
speed.
yourself in a spot. But Sanchez, give him credit, right back into just pumping strikes.
1-2. Even that one, I think that was the pitch he wanted to make.
Yeah, it's a great 0-2 pitch. Just dangle it on the outside corner, see if you can get one. 81 pitches thrown, 58 strikes.
Impressive. Got him with the changeup. But the Giants, Tyler's still unhappy about that first call. Giants not unhappy about Matt Chapman's swing. His third home run of the year. A 2-run shot, and we got a 2-run game midway through 6. 5-3 Phillies. Well, Matt Chapman one swing, and we got a ball game. It's 5-3. Giants are still behind. Let's see if Jordan Hicks, who in the first inning wasn't looking all that likely that he was going to be pitching in the 6th, give him credit for that. Now Hicks, I think the pitch comm wasn't working again.
Bones getting a little TV time out there delivering the pitch comm.
Good hustle, Bones. Eric Miller warming up in the Giants pen. You got Kepler, Realmuto, Bohm, Rojas here, and then the top of the order with all the lefties.
Yeah, I think it's a slow warm up for him. Like to see Hicks get through this pocket of Phillies hitters, and he's kind of locked it back in. I mean, he's battled. He's had to battle all afternoon, but a quick inning last time, or half inning.
It is only the one infield hit since the first. That one on the ground. Chapman playing off the line, throws him out.
Brandon Crawford returns to Oracle Park on Saturday, April 26th. First 15,000 fans will receive a Brandon Crawford graphic tee presented by Super Duper Burger. Arrive early for a pregame ceremony honoring Crawford's contributions both on and off the field. Get those tickets at sfgiants.com/promotions.
Part of the reason why the Giants are doing it that day is because Bruce Bochy's Texas Rangers will be in town. You and I, we total announcer balk last night. We did not wish Bruce Bochy a happy birthday.
Yep, turned 90. Still doing it. Looks good.
Amazing. On the ground, foul. He, our friend,
casual 70.
Yeah,
by the way.
7-0, even number. Happy birthday, Boch. If he wins tonight, he would tie Dusty Baker atop, well, not atop, but on the all-time wins list.
It's pretty special.
Another one of our favorites.
Yeah, I was going to say that's pretty cool.
The Rangers have the Angels. Giants will play the Angels in Anaheim tomorrow night. The Angels are in Texas tonight, so both teams traveling. Back west, Real Muto hits a foul. Anyway, happy birthday to one of our favorites.
Yeah, happy birthday, Boch, and there's a little chance you guys might beat him out there out west. As far as arriving into LA.
Yeah, I think the Giants might get there before the Angels do. He struck him out with the sweeper. It was well thrown.
It was. Two sweeper. Again, it's the arm speed. It's the sell at the bottom of the zone. Gets the legs out of the swing.
Whatever happened in the first inning, I know he's not overall going to be thrilled with today, but he has totally locked it in since then. Bohm to Chapman, and that's another quick inning for Jordan Hicks. Man, he's pitching well now.
Game summary is brought to you by Toyota, and didn't start pretty in that first inning for either team, as the Giants got one quick one on first, and then Phillies answer with 4, but both pitchers have kind of locked it in since then. Sanchez has been on fire, 10 strikeouts in 82 pitches, but Jordan Hicks really locked in, having back-to-back innings of 8 and 9 pitches. And a big swing by Matt Chapman's put the boys back in this game.
Some defensive changes. Sosa comes into play left. Kepler goes over to right. So Castellanos, the guy who comes out of the game. And a first pitch to Mike Yastrzemski here in the top of the 7th buzzed him. Christopher Sanchez has tied his career high with 10 strikeouts. Got the call there on the outside corner. Nice pitch, 1-1. And that one hit him. Changeup got him. That brings a tying run to home plate.
The Fanatic's the best, isn't he? He wants to race. Says a flinch up. Threw the flag on him.
We're gonna have a race, sure.
He's the best.
Well, Yaz is a good one for the Fanatic because he'll have some fun with you. Sam Huff swings through the changeup. Well, we said it last time. Sam Huff can run into one. He could tie the game with one swing.
He's gonna have to fight now. Change up way off the plate, sold out, went for it.
Ryan Kirkering Warming up in the Phillies bullpen. Sanchez, 87 pitches. Got him. Stayed with the changeup. He's got a new career high. That's his 11th strikeout of the game. And have they all come on changeups? It feels like that.
Almost, to be honest with you, a lot of them.
Here's Christian Koss. He's 1 for 2, has one of the 4 Giants hits. Giants, it's just amazing. They're not picking that pitch up. Look how many changeups he's thrown. Almost 50% of his pitches for the day, changeups. One and one.
The tough thing about a changeup when you're facing it left on right is that there's an arm side run and fade that you got to cover. So it's really hard to tell yourself to let the ball travel and use the big part of the field when this guy still has 97 under the hood.
Yeah, it makes a changeup so good because he throws so hard with the sinker.
Yeah, you want to go get it. You want to make something happen, but. You know, I know in the pitchers meeting or in the hitters meeting, they sat in there and they go over what this guy's going to throw and what's he going to do. And he's just doing some head nods there as to what he wants to throw. He wants to throw something up and in, it looked like.
He did exactly that. Strike 3 called.
He called his own pitch without doing the pitch count. He just did it with his head right there. Goes fastball up and in. That was really interesting. He just called the pitches with just his head nodding to Real Muto as he was peeking over.
Who needs technology? It was interesting. Here's Matos, 2 down. Got the high strike with the changeup. Matos has a home run on the year. Giants down 2, bottom 7. Change up. Whew. I mean, there is a reason why this guy's turned into. This is not an anomaly. Phillies have won 10 straight Christopher Sanchez starts. He's just been consistently excellent. That's going back to last year. Here's his 1-2. Way outside.
The kid's got a feel for the changeup. It's that arm speed is just fantastic. The delivery, it's clean, it's easy. He's got pace and poise and presence out there, which you always look for in a pitcher. He's not getting rattled even after giving up that homer.
There goes Yastrzemski. Ground ball with the defense on the move. They didn't get the out at second. They got it at first. Wow. Improv from Bryson Stott. That turned into a really good play. Almost for the Giants. 7th inning stretch time in Philly.
torpedo bat is only as good as the pitching you're facing.
Hicks still in this game, by the way, against the ninth place hitter Rojas.
And I only say that because of the Yankees. They got off to such a hot start. They hit 9 home runs opening day. But then once they started facing some better arms, they've struggled to kind of score consistently. But why not? But why not? I mean, make all the advancements, all the improvements you can. It's within the rules. Whatever it takes to make it better, I'd do it too.
Well, I just think so much of the technology has helped pitching over the last many years. Not that torpedo bats are really technology. Here's a ground ball to short. Koss charges, throws on the run, not in time. Man. Tough day for the young Giants shortstop.
That's a great pitch. Gets the rollover.
San Francisco is challenging the safe call at first base. The previous play is under review.
But Rojas, he can run. I mean, he's a center fielder. He can steal some bases. You hit a soft ground ball, you can smell a hit, and they put the pressure on Koss. The game sped up on him a little bit right there. Let's see if they win this one too. I think they do. I think they get this one as well.
Real close.
Really close.
Ball touches the glove. As long as his foot is on the bag, he's out.
The ruling on the field is overturned. The runner is out. San Francisco will retain its challenge.
Okay. Well, I mean, one thing about Koss, it hasn't been real smooth out there, but that's 2 times where he hadn't gotten the call at first base. They've looked at it, and they do end up getting the out. That's big first out, and that allows Hicks to stay in. He got Stott and then another right-hander, Trey Turner.
Yeah, now he's just going. You're in hitter-to-hitter mode at this point with his pitch count, and with Eric Miller ready to go in the bullpen. The next pocket is obviously Harper and Schwarber, so he's probably got the next 2, I would think. Oh,
right on the corner, called a ball, and Hicks is ticked. Yep.
Yeah.
Give Casey Schmidt credit too. He's learning over there.
He's certainly learning. He's getting stretchy.
No full splits yet.
No.
But I know he's a gifted defender, but learning a brand new position at this level. That one's low, and that is ball 4. So Stott draws the walk. And maybe one more hitter. You got the lefty Eric Miller with Bryce Harper on deck. You got Miller, who's been ready in the bullpen. Koss also, I mean, it's been an adventure for him out there. He had this spectacular double play turn. Turner. And what's that? That's a ball?
What are you saying? It didn't come. I don't know. Did not come set.
Wasn't that right on the inside corner? Phil Cuzzy was like he was talking to Turner, not calling the pitch. I don't get it.
That was odd.
Now Huff is coming out. I mean, Hicks has had it with Phil Cuzzy.
They're still discussing something.
Well, I don't know.
I will say this: during this road trip, I mean, the Giants starters, they're stretching them out, getting that workload up. Another one of their starters go over 100 pitches. Still,
it was like he was getting ready to call it a strike, and then Turner turned around and started to talk to him, and he stopped. Maybe I'm reading that body language wrong.
well, this becomes a big pitch. 2-0.
Yeah.
2 guys that can run at the plate. in at first base.
That one rides in. It's 3-0. Did he go? Yes, he did. Okay, that was a swing.
And it looks like Jordan Hicks is going to go use his best pitch. And that's been the sinker.
On the ground, hard hit. Fitzgerald takes it himself, and the Giants turn the double play. Jordan Hicks staring over to that Phillies dugout. As he walks off the field, he ends up finishing 7.
Our upcoming schedule is brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. The Giants road trip continues over the weekend in Anaheim with 3 against the Angels. Then the Giants return home to Oracle Park with 7 games against the Brewers and the Rangers. Remember to catch pregame live a half hour before every game.
All right, Willie Adames, the DH today, and the Phillies going into their bullpen for the 8th inning. Phillies 5, Giants 3. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, brake, and repair experts. It's Orion Kirkering.
Yeah, he got the win Tuesday night against the Giants. And he hides the ball pretty well. You're going to get that mid-90s fastball, breaking ball off of that, but did allow some inherited runners to score.
Huge hack by Adames on a kind of a hanging slider. It's 1-2. Oh for 3 in the game. First home run of the year came earlier in this series. That was on Monday night. Here we are Thursday afternoon. Last game of the 4-game set. Adames strikes out on the slider. 13th strikeout for Giants hitters. 12 of them by the starter Christopher Sanchez. Both starters end up going 7 innings.
Pretty darn impressive when you look at it, especially for Jordan Hicks, what he was able to do. And the Giants have swing and miss. They're in the top 5, I think, in the league, almost over 20% strikeouts, but they still find ways to win. They're still in this ball game, just down 2.
They're 3rd in the sport in scoring runs. So if you strike out but you're putting runs on the board, okay. Ramos, 2 big cuts. He got 2 sliders out over the plate. Now, you were talking about Jordan Hicks. At no point in that first inning was it even in the realm of possibility that he would finish 7. I give him a lot of credit.
No doubt. I'll be interested to see what he says post game as to what was going on with the Phillies. I mean, we can't see from up here. Somebody was jawing at him, but ultimately all the damage really done that first inning. Beyond that, a quality start.
He gave up 1 hit after the first inning. He threw 33 pitches, allowed 5 hits and 5 runs in the first inning, and ends up finishing 7. And he had beef with the Phillies and the umpire all game long, including when he finished his last inning. Ramos strikes out on the fastball. 2 down, and now a message from the Sacramento International Airport.
Thank you for pushing us to get better, to do things differently, and for making Northern California the incredible region it's become. It's been a trip. Now, who's ready for the next leg?
Strike one to Chapman. Matt Chapman has driven in all 3 Giants runs. An RBI single in the first, a 2-run homer in the 6th. Got the call. Chapman, who stays very level-headed out on the field, needed a minute. 0-2 with 2 down. Why not see how far out you can go?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a smart play. Veteran catcher's going to try to do that. Wouldn't be surprised if they do it again.
Big bouncer to third. Alec Boehm on the run, slings it over there in time, and the Giants are retired in order. Going to the bullpen for the bottom of the 8th.
Play of the day presented by your California Ford dealers. 24 years ago today, Barry Bonds was sitting on 499 career home runs, and here is Mr. John Miller on the call.
Deep to right field. This one is on its way to McCovey Cove. Number 500. It's into the water. Unbelievable. Bonds has hit the historic 500.
Well, you know, number 500 is going to be special no matter what. When you do it in the late innings to beat the Dodgers, that's kind of cool, right?
That ups it a little bit.
I think so. Giants going to the bullpen for the first time. Bryce Harper trying to keep this a 2-run game, give themselves a chance in the 9th inning. And Eric Miller misses with a fastball when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, brake, and repair experts. Miller, 9th appearance of the year for the lefty. He's behind Harper, though, 2-0. Challenged him.
Pitch Monday night, but he's been getting a lot of rest. A lot of the back end bullpen guys have been able to kind of get their rest on this one. I mean, Ryan Walker's pitched Sunday, and that's kind of been it for him on this road trip.
2-1 to Harper. Started to go and did not swing. 3-1. Jose Alvarado warming up in the Philadelphia bullpen. A hard-throwing left-hander. Ooh, big cut by Harper.
And he challenged him.
Tyler Rogers, one of those back end guys for the Giants, is in their bullpen. There's Alvarado. It's not easy against him no matter what. That is, wow, ball 4. Some close pitches or strikes, some are not. That was a pretty good pitch.
Top of the zone, top rail fastball, able to hold off. It was definitely a ball. I thought maybe you'd get a check swing out of it.
So Harper works the leadoff walk. Phillies have, and they do this. They've only had the 1 hit since the first inning, but they have drawn some walks. Strike 1 to Schwarber. That time he got the call on the outside.
They got 5 walks on the afternoon.
One and one.
I can't get over the job Jordan Hicks did. I mean, you're wondering how the bullpen was going to cover the innings, and he was able to regroup after that first inning and just pitch so well. Now you're just getting into the bullpen in the 8th inning.
Miller will just kind of soft toss one over to first. It's a good point. I mean, today could have been a very damaging day for the Giants. Win or lose this game, if you had to blow through everybody available in your bullpen, even your high leverage guys. Blew it by him. 1 and 2. You do wonder, will the Giants do a deep dive on that first inning, try to figure out was something going on? Maybe they already did that and corrected on the fly. He was a totally different guy, Hicks was, after the first. That one got through Huff.
That one hurts. That's for sure, because it didn't even bounce. And there won't be a cross up because you're doing pitch comm. That's a tough one there.
I always say that, like, how can there be a cross? But sometimes you watch it and you think, well, it almost had to be it. Pass ball. Now it's 3 and 2 to Schwarber. I could see Tyler Rogers immediately if Schwarber reaches. We'll see. He does reach. That's a second consecutive walk issued by Miller. He's got to face at least one more hitter. That'll be the right-hander Sosa. Sosa's first at bat. Castellanos, they did tell us, like a hip flexor injury, tightness, got him out of the game. Sosa goes after the very first pitch. It was a changeup. Giants bullpen last night. Robbie Ray could only go 4 with his high pitch count. 5 scoreless innings from the Giants pen last night.
They were awesome. They've been awesome this entire road trip.
That one goes by.
Pitch down in the dirt, turns the glove over, but does not bounce. It sits. You're expecting it to come up. Now you're in strikeout situation here. Your strikeout territory. Infield's going to be in. You're going to try to jam these right-handers, get a grounder to third base.
Infield in, foul ball, 1 and 2. That last one was scored as a wild pitch.
I mean, traditionally, Miller's going to try to hit these right-handers with something inside. That front side's flying open just a touch, and he's leaving that arm behind, and that's why he's missing arm side. Try to drive it through the glove here of Huff.
Is 2-2. Fouled away.
That was a real good change up there. Now he's set him up there. The fastball up is in play if he wants it, or he can go back to that changeup. He's gone 4 changeups in this sequence, just showing him 1 fastball.
He's got swing and miss stuff. He'd love to get a strikeout here.
Yeah, if you can get that fastball up and in again, you want to get a ground ball to Chapman or to Koss, where they can read Bryce Harper right in front of them.
To right field. Not that deep. We'll see. Yastrzemski catches. They are going to test him. Here comes the throw, and it's offline. So it was deep enough. Bryce Harper tags and scores. Without a hit, the Phillies have added to their lead at 6-3. Schwarber also tagged and went to third.
Situation doesn't change again. Infield will play in. Left on left. Try to win this battle if you're Miller.
On the ground, just foul. Kepler 0 for 3 against Hicks, the starter. Phillies had not scored since the first inning, and here it's been 2 walks, a pass ball, a wild pitch, and a fly ball. Frustrating inning.
That leadoff walk came around to score. That's a tough one.
He struck him out. Nasty slider from Miller. So 2 down.
Good break ball down in the zone. Gets a swing over. Huff holds on to it.
I wasn't sure after the run scored whether the Giants were going to make this move, but they had him warmed up. So Tyler Rogers will come in when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, brake, and repair experts.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
All right, new pitcher Tyler Rogers. A run has scored here, and it's a big run for the Phillies. Trying, though, Giants are to give themselves some kind of chance in the 9th inning. Get through this. JT Realmuto, first pitch slider for a ball.
Tyler Rogers is coming in trying to hold the line, but throwing the ball well. Got 2 outs, just trying to get this done right here, right now.
Runner at third. Strike one to JT Realmuto. A couple of strikeouts and a walk. Hit his first home run of the year in this series. In on the hands. It's 1-2.
Going to try to get him to expand a little bit. JT struck out 4 times in last night's game. He's got 2 so far this afternoon. He's got some swing and miss.
There it is. Foul tip into the mitt. Strike 3. So last chance for the Giants coming up. Schmidt, Fitzgerald.